guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all really well. Welcome if you are new here, and welcome back if you are a returning viewer or subscriber. Thank you for joining me in today's video. As you can see from the title, today I am going to be sharing with you my birth plan slash preferences, because obviously I know with birth, having a 31 weeker, shit don't go to plan. So I never actually got to write one last time, so it's been interesting to write one this time. But I thought I would film it and share it with you and just sort of share why I've put certain things in, because some of mine is probably not as standard and a little bit different. So anyways, we'll get into that. But before we get into today's video, please can I ask, if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. You can do so just underneath the video. You click subscribe and a bell will appear. You click the bell if you want to be notified of any of my future uploads. It is totally free and takes literally just a few moments of your time, so thank you so much. As you know from my channel, we cover all things pregnancy, motherhood, toddlerhood, hauls, Vinted hauls, product reviews, off my own back, not paid, first impressions, day in the life. So we cover a bit of everything. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, then please do join me here and subscribe. And if you've been here a while, you know I have a 2.5-year-old named Tommy, and we've got baby boy number 2 due in about 2.5 weeks now. Thought he was going to be born yesterday, not gonna lie. Didn't feel well again. I went to go get checked out, but all is good, so don't worry. Just check out my Instagram, you'd have seen the update, so I won't bore you with it now. And also apologies if you can hear like outside noise. It's so hot in my house, so I've opened the window whilst I'm filming. I mean, it probably doesn't help I'm wearing a jumper. Excuse the jumper, it's also comfort. Today I'm not feeling getting like dressed up, okay? So I'm just putting comfies on today. I'm like between videos I'm gonna film, clean and tidy up a bit, and then like film again, and just obviously I need to rest as well because I'm not very well. So anyways, we move. Let's get into my birth plan. So this is it. I've got a different cover on mine. So I did print the one off the NHS website on there, but obviously I will explain to you why I have a different cover in a moment. But yeah, before we get into this, I will link the NHS one down below, so if you wanted to access it, you absolutely could. It's totally free, you just print it off. But yeah, mine, I don't think mine was too bad. I do have a different cover which has the Ocean Service like logo at the top, because if you didn't know, I'm under the Ocean team at my local hospital, which is like the birth trauma team. So if you've had like previous birth trauma, you can be referred to them and be assessed, and they like say if they're going to take you on or not. I need to chase them because I think I was meant to have an appointment this week and I haven't heard from them. Anyways, so mine does have, I'll show you there. I don't want to show you all of my like hospital details because, you know, data protection and all that. So I have that, but I'll come back to that because that's kind of like the ending, but they put it at the front just so that it's seen when I do get taken in. So on this one it says like, where do you want to give birth, and it says you have a choice where to have your baby. Midwife and doctor will tell you the services available locally and if this will affect or be affected by your health or what's going on in your pregnancy. So for example, some people can't have baby in the midwifery led unit because, you know, they have diabetes the gestational diabetes. So I have ticked, you get 4 options. It's I would like to give birth at home, I would like to give birth in the midwifery unit, and I would like to give birth in a maternity team unit in hospital, or I'm not sure. So I put I wanted to go in the midwifery unit because I ideally want to have a water birth, and that's in the midwifery unit. I don't have any risk factors now. I've gone past 37 weeks. I'm now officially classed as low risk, which you would have caught up in my like last pregnancy update, like 36, 37 week update. I'm now officially low risk, so for 3 weeks I'm totally normal when it comes to being pregnant. So in theory, unless anything goes not wrong or anything changes, I can have a normal birth that I want, technically, if it's available. So that's good. Yeah, I don't have like gestational diabetes or preeclampsia or like any issues with him or anything like that, so it's all good. If there's a room available, I should be able to have a water birth, but like I said, these are preferences, not set in stone. And then it says about companions. Having a companion you can lean on and support you during your labour can be helpful. And it just says, I would like partners or companions. I would not like my partner or companion with me. I'm not sure if I would like them with me. So I have put, I want them with me. And I've put that my birth companion is obviously Adam, my husband, and my mum. Oh, it turns out I've missed a bit. And it says about companions during a forceps or vacuum delivery, whether you'd want them there or not. I'm just going to put yes. I need to tick that because I've missed that one out completely. Companions with you during a C-section, and I put yes, I would like them. Well, I'll probably only be allowed one, but obviously that would be Adam. So yes, I would like him with me. And then birthing equipment. It says you may find such items as wall bars, mats, bean bags will help you change position and remain comfortable in labour. If you are giving birth in a maternity unit, your midwife will be able to tell you what specific items are normally available. And it just says I plan to use equipment, I do not plan, I'm not sure. And I just said I plan to use them, and then you can write comments in like a little comment box under each one. So I've just put please confirm what's available to me at the time, because you don't know how many you've got, you don't know how many are going to be in use, so I don't want to be like, oh, I want a bean bag or a bouncy ball and they don't have one. So whatever there is, just I want them to let me know, and then I'll make a decision. Then we've got special facilities. So sorry, that's my door opening because of the wind. It says some units may offer you special facilities such as a birthing pool. Some special rooms are called LDRP rooms, labour, delivery, recovery, postnatal rooms, where you stay in the same room until you leave the hospital, although availability is limited. Your midwife will be able to tell you what's available. So you've got the choice of I would like to use a special LDRP room if available, I would like to use the birthing pool available, I would like to use other special facilities, and I'm not sure. So I've ticked I want the birthing pool if available first, because obviously I want a water birth. But I would quite like to use the LDRP room if they are the same room. The one I want, room 8, very, very attached to room 8. I have seen it. Like I could stay in, like it's massive. It's got like the bed, a shower, like a separate toilet from the shower, a big birthing pool. Like it's a massive room. I think it has like a sofa in it. So in theory I could stay in there. And in my comments I put ideally would like to give birth in room 8 with the pool. I don't really want to go to the postnatal ward due to my PTSD, which we've established is quite a trigger for me. Obviously I'll explain it on here, I'm happy to share it, but obviously when I had Tommy, he went straight to neonatal and I went back to the orchard ward, that's what it's called, our postnatal ward, on my own, because partners weren't allowed to come with you because of COVID regulations. Could be with you in the delivery room, couldn't come to the ward with you. Anyways, and then when I got to the bed, they had an empty cot next to my bed, which as you can imagine was soul destroying. And then I was then in a bay of women with 3 babies. So I didn't have my baby, but I was put with women that did. Not their fault, the women, but knowing how busy neonatal was and how many babies were in there, they could have made a bay just for us. Like, logistically, it's not that difficult. Like, I can even tell you where they could do it. Like, there's like a reception, so you got like a massive dining room there that's now not dining room, it was triage, but now I don't know what it's going to be. Then you have like reception, and in between that there's a bay, like the neonatal bay, guys. There's always enough babies in the neonatal bay. But anyways, we move, that's my own thing. So yeah, ideally I don't want to be going to that ward, even with going with a baby. Like, I think maybe in a way I feel a bit guilty towards Tommy that I don't actually, sounds terrible, obviously I want to experience everything I didn't experience before, but I don't want to like have everything. Like, I'd feel so bad towards Tommy if I'm like, he'll never know, but I'll know. But I'll be like, oh, okay, well, I didn't get to do this, Tommy, I'm doing it with this one. And in a way that should be a great thing, but it really does trigger me. So ideally I would like to give birth, have like all my checks, I'm assuming you have to like at least wait 4 to 6 hours, have all my checks, and then be sent home straight from delivery suite rather than having to go upstairs. Plus, depending on the timings, I'll be left on my own, because they allow visitors, but obviously overnight they don't. And yeah, I don't know, I just don't want to be left on my own. Not because I can't take care of a baby, like I know I can, I just don't want to be left in that place on my own. I hope that makes sense. Unfortunately, trauma, or birth trauma, or any kind of trauma, doesn't usually make sense, so we move. And then it just says any other comments or preferences about birth location, facilities or companions, and I've left that empty because I think I've kind of explained it all in my other boxes. And excuse me, the next one is monitoring during labour. So every baby is monitored throughout the labour to make sure they're not in distress. I have discussed with my midwife how I would like my baby's heart rate to be monitored if everything is straightforward, or I have not discussed. I put I have. I do need to add something to this. So apparently they have like a portable one that you can wear, because ideally I don't really want to be laying down. Like for Tommy's birth I was laid down all the time, like the whole thing. Like I wasn't allowed to move unless I went for a wee or anything like that, or like I was being sick. So like this time I really want to like be up and walking around, unless I really have to be like sat down or laid down, like fine, but ideally I don't want to be. I want to be like moving and, you know, staying as active as I can, like within my pain threshold. So apparently there is a portable one, so I need to put that on here and just say like, if available, could I have that? And I've just put, if and when being monitored, please can all readings be explained to me or birth companions. Last time this was not explained to me. Please explain contractions showing on the monitor, as last time I was told I was not in labour. We all know that was a sack of shit, don't we? So I want it explained, like when it shows on the graph. I've only actually been told about mine by my birth trauma midwife when she read my file, when she came round. And she was like, well, that's a contraction. that's a contraction. No one told me that. So yeah, fun times. So I've just said, like, obviously this time it's a bit different because, bear with me, that's the cat. One sec, sorry about that. So yeah, obviously there isn't as much fear maybe around it, because obviously this time I'm not 31 weeks. I will be over 37 weeks or 38 or 39 or even 40 weeks, who knows. So obviously it's a little bit different, but I just still want it explained to me because it wasn't done last time, and this time round I want to be treated a bit better, if that makes sense. So yeah, hopefully they'll explain it to me and make it a bit more easy to understand, but we shall see. And then I've put about keeping active during labour. So it says keep active for as long as you feel comfortable. This will help progress your birth. Keeping active means don't do anything strenuous, just moving around normally. So I've just ticked I want to move around. And yeah, I'll probably just be like walking around the room. I mean, depending on how big the room is, because there are other rooms which are quite small. But I have said, like, I just want to walk around or like lean over the bed or be on the ball. Like, I don't just want to be in the bed. Next up, positions for labour and birth. So it just says find a position you prefer and which will make labour easier for you. Try out various positions at classes or at home to find out what's most comfortable for you. However, you may want to change positions as and when throughout your labour. So it says you have quite a lot of options. So it's, I would like to be in bed with my back propped up by pillows. I would like to be standing. I would like to be sitting. I would like to be kneeling. I'd like to be kneeling on all fours. I'd like to be squatting. I would like to be laying on my side. I'm not sure yet which positions I would like to be during labour. And I've actually said I'm not sure yet. But what I have put on the side is I do not want to be on my back. So I don't really know what's going to feel comfortable at the time, or, you know, whether I'm going to be in the pool or not. So again, I think that factors into why I haven't really committed to one. But yeah, I said I'm not sure, but I just don't want to be on my back. So easy, really. Sorry, the way they've stapled this is it's a bit backwards, but we move. So skin to skin contact with your baby. After birth, you can have your baby lifted straight onto you before the cord is cut so that you can be close to each other immediately. If you prefer, you can ask the midwife to wipe your baby and wrap them in a blanket first. So the options are, I would like my baby delivered straight onto me. I would like my baby cleaned before given to me. I don't mind if the baby's cleaned before given to me. I'm not sure yet whether I'd like them delivered straight onto me. And I've put that I would like him delivered straight onto me. Tommy was kind of, he wasn't put up here. He was literally just put like at the bottom of my stomach, and I kind of like touched him with one of my hands. So he wasn't like clean or anything. So I always thought I'd be really bothered about that, but I'm not. But he was literally there for all of about 3 seconds and then he was gone. So I didn't actually hold him. So this time I just want him straight on me. Like, he doesn't go to anyone else. Like, if he doesn't go to me, obviously if he's born like fine and doesn't need any help or anything, then fine. Obviously they need to do that. But if all is good, he needs to come to me. So my comments about that, I've put for my husband to cut the cord. And if all of it is okay, photo of me holding the baby for the first time, because I don't know if I've ever mentioned it in a video. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Sorry, he's moving around a lot, which is causing me to feel a bit like gassy. If all is okay with the photo, I never got a photo with Tommy. Like, until about 8 o'clock at night, and he was born at 9:15 in the morning. And And I hate, like, I find like on Instagram, like when people are like, just giving birth, here's my baby. Yeah, we skip past those because we don't like them. So yeah, I find that quite triggering. So I've spoken to Adam and said, like, what's one of the first things you do when I'm holding him? And he was like, take a picture. He was like, it's not going to be grammable. And I was like, no, we'll do that one later. But for me, I want to have like the picture. And then like afterwards, obviously I know they have to be in the room and stuff, but like would just quite like a moment in the room, like even without my mum there. This sounds terrible, like, obviously she can be in the room, but like even if she just like goes for a wee or goes and gets a drink or something, I just think it's important that me, Adam and the baby have that like moment together, because we never had that with Tommy. So yeah, I've put that on there as well. And then midwives, nurses and doctors in training. Says they need to observe women in labour as part of their training. This will always be supervised by a professional. And I've just said it's fine, they can do it, happy to have students present. And if they would like to perform something, please always seek permission, which they do anyway. So yeah, I'm not one of those people that's like, no. Like, how do they learn if no one lets them learn anything? I think it depends on what it is. You know, if they were like, oh, you've had like a 3rd degree tear and this is the first time I'm ever going to do one, I'll be like, no. But, you know, boundaries. We'll see what they want to do and then I'll make a decision. But yeah, I think, you know, they all need to learn and, you know, we should help them do that. So that's just my thoughts. Pain relief options. So it just says many different pain relief. Some women will use a combination of methods. You might find you want more pain relief than you had planned. And there's quite a few options. So you've got, I would like to try breathing and relaxation. I would like to try being in the water. I would like to try massage, acupuncture, TENS machine, gas and air, pain relieving injections, epidural, other methods of pain relief, don't really know what that means. Or I would like to try and manage without pain relief. So with Tommy, in the night I had Ptsd because I was basically like the Exorcist. Like I was being sick and I just couldn't calm down, and so yeah, they gave me Ptsd, which wore off in the morning. And I asked for some more because the pain was bad, and they said, oh no, like we're sending you home, like we can't give you anything because we're looking to discharge you, we're just doing shift changeover. So I was like, okay, thinking, well, I'm in a lot of pain, so someone needs to give me something. So everything had worn off, they wouldn't give me anything, and during the whole changeover my waters went and he was born. Someone gave me gas and air in my hand. That's where it stayed, in my hand, because I didn't actually have time to think about it. So this time, that's probably not a good thing in a way, because this time I'm like, well, I've done it before without pain relief, so maybe I can do it again. But let's be honest, that's probably not going to happen. So I have put, I would like to try and manage without pain relief, and I'd like to be in the water and try breathing and relaxation. So I've put, would like to try and go without pain relief for as long as possible. However, if I change my mind, please advise on what is available. And would like as little pain relief as possible because I want a water birth. And obviously, if you have a lot of pain relief, sorry, that's the door opening again. You can't have a water birth. Like, you can't have an epidural and then go in the water. So let's just see what happens, and I'll update you on that one in my like birth vlog or birth story. So we shall see. Having an episiotomy, and that's a cut in the perineum. Am I saying that right? It's maybe necessary if it won't stretch far enough or the baby is short of oxygen and needs to be delivered quickly. And I just said happy to have one if needed, please keep me informed. Delivering the placenta after birth and after your baby is born, you'll be offered an injection in your thigh. This contains a drug which helps the womb contract and can prevent heavy bleeding that some women may experience without it. And I've just said, yeah, that's fine. And in the comments, I personally do not wish to see my placenta, but please confirm all is okay. And ask birth partners if they want to see it. I think my mum's going to go and look at it, let's be honest. But I don't want to see it. Feeding your baby. Breast milk is the best form of nutrition for babies and provides all the nutrients babies need and has lasting health benefits for your child. Infant formula milk can be used as an alternative. So you've got I'd like to breastfeed, I'd like to bottle feed, I want a mixture, I'm not sure. And I've just put I may possibly express, but obviously in the hospital my milk won't have come in if I'm only there for a few hours after anyway. I've just put undecided, don't push breastfeeding. Baby could have dairy allergy, husband and baby number 1 have a dairy allergy, so you know, don't push me because I'm not dairy free, so I could have dairy. But I'm not breastfeeding, I don't want to, I'm not going to, so yeah, don't come at me in the comments. It's just not something I want to do. I tried it a little bit with Tommy and I just don't like it. It's not my thing. And I'm very, like, I think that meme is so true. It's like breastfed as a baby. It's like a slide. There's 2 entrances. It's like breastfed as a baby, bottle fed as a baby, and then they meet in as one and to the bottom, and at the bottom it says like the same children still end up eating McDonald's or you hit in the head as you put them in the car. Like, yes. So yeah, let's not. I'm pretty sure you don't go into someone's like class when they go to school and go, oh, he was definitely a breastfed baby, or he was a bottle fed baby, or whatever. Like, come on. And also, because Tommy was born premature, I couldn't actually breastfeed him like properly, even if I'd have wanted to. So yeah, and he was fine, so don't come at me for that. Vitamin K for your baby. Vitamin K is needed to make the blood clot properly. Some newborns have to have a little bit of this, so it may be suggested that your baby is given vitamin K either by injection or by mouth. And we've said that's fine. I've already spoken to Adam and I've confirmed that if I'm a bit out of it for whatever reason or whatever, that he can agree to it. It's absolutely fine. I think he agreed to it with Tommy. He did come and ask me, but I was like in shock. But he did come and ask me and I was like, yeah, fine. So I just said this time it's fine as well, so all good. It says special requirements. Just says things like English is not my first language and I would need someone present who does. Need a sign language interpreter. I have special dietary requirements. I might put in that Adam does because they bought me tea and toast last time and he couldn't have any. I and or my partner have special needs and I would like certain religious customs to be observed. So I might add that in about Adam being dairy free. So yeah, I'll add that in. And then when we go to sort of like important information from like my birth, I think these didn't really fit under any category, so that's why they've been put on here. So I've just put I don't want to give birth in room 3 ideally because that's where I gave birth to Tommy. Adam like wants to go back in there. He's like, well, that's where we had Tommy, and like that's the room that like took everything from me. So the thought of going back in there like again, like just like my hands are sweating. Like no. And it doesn't even have a toilet. You have to like walk down the corridor to go to the toilet, which really upsets me. It literally has a bed and a sink and that's it. So it's really small. If available, would love to be in room 8. Now I wrote this a while ago, so bear with me when I say this. If the baby's going to be premature, he's not now, or traumatic, please be honest and keep me informed at all times. So that's why I've left that in there, because it says or traumatic. Do not send me or my birth partners home, as first baby was born in 14 minutes. So obviously I don't really want them to be like, oh, nothing's happening, you guys can go home but she can stay, because literally that's what they said last time and he was here in 14 minutes, so forgive me if I don't believe them. Prem or not, want birth partners with me at all times, and then for whole birth and labour would like to be on delivery suite. Orchard ward without birth partners would be triggering and would like to go home from delivery suite. Was there anything else I put on this page? I don't think so. Oh, I had put, if I had a premature birth again when I moved to Orchard ward, please put me in a side room, as being in the ward without a baby and having a cot was like severely affecting my mental health. But obviously that's, I'm not going to have a premature baby now, so in theory, I mean, if they want to give me a side room to say sorry for last time, I'll take it. But yeah, we shall see. So that's my birth plan, or preference. Keep calling it a plan. That's my preferences. However, I'm fully aware that birth is not a set in stone thing, and that anything could happen. Yeah, I could be going for a C-section for all I know. In theory I shouldn't be. He's head down. When they checked my cervix yesterday, she could feel his head. It was right down there. So yeah, hopefully. Sorry, I can hear something in my house. I'm the only one in my house. Very weird. I'm assuming it's just the cat. Obviously, hopefully, should just be straight out the door, not the sunroof. Ideally I don't want a cesarean because obviously I have Tommy and yeah, I just wouldn't want that. But if needs must, then that's absolutely what I'll do. But yeah, I will obviously sort of follow on from this when I do like my birth vlog or birth story. I'm not really, excuse me, I'm not really sure how that's going to look yet, as to whether I film whilst everything's happening, or I maybe like film snippets and then like put them in with my birth story. I'm not really sure, so watch this space. I'm sure you'll understand either way. But hopefully you found this informative. If you are having like your second after, maybe, well, even your third after, or fourth or whatever, after a traumatic birth, then hopefully this helps you out a little bit to like know that you can put things in place for people to see. You don't have to just go in and hope this time. But yeah, I found this really helpful doing this. Even though there's no guarantee that those things will happen, knowing that they are on paper and I can share them with the midwife that's there has sort of calmed me down a bit and given me a bit of the control back, because obviously with Tommy I just feel like I lost all control, and that's not how it was meant to be. And I'm not saying, obviously I'm not a midwife or a doctor, I don't have that element of control, but I had nothing and I don't want that this time. Like, I want to be very like present in the decision making if I can, obviously if I'm not like ooh in pain, and I want to be just a bit more informed and there, if that makes sense. I really hope this is making sense. So hopefully it goes well, and I'm here telling you about the most amazing birth I've had. Not that Tommy's wasn't amazing, it was just very traumatic and very quick. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to share with you in the next few weeks how it went. Start taking bets in the comments of when he's coming. I'm filming this, it may not be live, but I'm filming this on the 2nd of May. So yeah, take bets when you think he's coming. I don't think he's coming on his due date. I'm not going to share his due date yet, but I will when he's born. I'll officially share what it was. I'm going for coronation weekend, which is literally this weekend. and Adam's birthday. So yeah, I don't know why. He seems to think we're going the full 40. But yeah, I'm not sure. Something's telling me not long left. But yeah, take your bets in the comments. I'm so interested to know what you guys think. So yeah, he is due in about 3 weeks-ish. So that gives you a little bit of a rough estimate. But I'm not going to give you the exact date. But yes, hopefully you found this informative and helpful. Like I said, I will link below the attachment to the NHS template for the birth plan. So if you wanted to access that, you absolutely can. Like I said, it is totally free. So just print as many as you want. And yeah, I will catch up with you. Obviously I'm going to film other videos between this. I will catch up with you to follow on from this one in my birth vlog story video, and we'll find out how it went. But yeah, I'm going to go change and film another video. Maybe tidy up Tommy's room, which I'm sat in right now. Like give it a little bit of a spruce and a clean, you know, nesting. And yeah, I will catch up with you guys in my next video. Bye guys.